Hello and welcome to the fifth part of the 5-part mini-series on the Sacred Blueprint system. So this is my signature system that helps landowners and land stewards to birth the optimal blueprint for their dream sanctuary by bridging spirit with design. And this is going to help your clients to really hone in on the design for their home, their garden, their community, a temple, whatever kind of project it is that's gonna honor their next level mission, their highest unfoldment, and support their soul's purpose, while helping them to attract abundant resources to actually build and create their dream sanctuary, and attract health, overflowing health, joy, and freedom. The Sacred Blueprint is really about building the new earth. What is the new earth? The new earth is about thriving and connecting to the truth of who we really are as a human, as humanity. And the truth that we actually hold the sacred blueprints within us for healing, for our wealth, our abundance, and our freedom. And part of this knowing, part of this awakening is the fact that Mother Earth is a living being. So just give me a moment here there's so much I want to say. Part of it is coming back home to the truth that Mother Earth is a living being and that we need to co-create with her in order to evolve. And the temples and the sanctuaries for humanity's next level evolution need to be designed through a co-creation with nature, need to be designed with a co-creation with our souls, right? Our free souls, not the souls, not the part of us that is in consistent survival mode, right? Not the parts of us that keep us small, not the parts of us that are working like machines, right? Not the parts of us that are blocked and stuck or addicted, depressed. No, we really want to, the vision for the Sacred Blueprint is to build the new world for the next 7 generations and beyond, and give people the tools to be empowered through the Sacred Blueprint so that they can cultivate a relationship, a genuine relationship with their own land. The amount of healing that comes through that is immeasurable. The amount of learning that comes through that is immeasurable. The amount of discovery that comes through that deep, genuine relationship with the land is immeasurable. And the land is our mirror, and we learn so much about ourselves through this genuine relationship. So in this part of the series, this is the final part, I want to share how you can build a prospering architecture practice by leveraging your intuitive gifts. So this is for you if you are a woman architect who's really hearing the call to bridge spirit with form, and you have been likely you have these two sides, right? You've got the energy healer priestess, medicine woman. Maybe you're into astrology or biogeometry or yoga, meditation, Reiki, and you have been practicing these practices for a while, and you dedicate time on the weekends and after work to these practices. But your world in architecture is very different. You're a high achiever, you're determined, you're a good designer, you're creative, but you are very depleted from that life. That was me. Oh God, how many years ago was it now? Oh, I think it's been 7. I need to actually look at how long it's been since I left conventional architecture. And I was suffering from chronic illness. I was frustrated and deeply unfulfilled. And I thought something was wrong with me for not appreciating where I was at, appreciating my job, and just sticking to it and climbing up the ladder of the architect's firm, and becoming an associate, and then end goal becoming a partner. I did get an offer from the partner of a firm to work towards that goal, to be, that they saw me as potential for becoming a partner. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I knew I needed to pave a new way. And this got revealed after I studied to become an alchemical energy healer. And when I was connecting with my spirit guides, I thought I quit architecture for good, by the way, at that time. And I wanted to become a full-time healer. And my spirit guides, they told me, no, you can't quit. And they said, you are here to bridge spirit with form. It is your task, it is your duty to weave the world of spirit into the way you practice architecture, and you're going to pioneer this new way. I didn't know where to begin, but I followed their call. I listened to my intuition, I listened to them, and I started to receive the keys and codes of the sacred blueprint. This was just about before, was it like a couple years before COVID hit? And then it really started to stream even more intensely, the downloads for the sacred blueprint when COVID hit, actually. I think for all of you, you're all feeling it. Those of you who are empaths, sensitive, you can feel the energies in the collective, and you're seeing right now you're seeing how all the old false structures are collapsing. And likely you're also feeling those structures collapsing within you, within your own being. I certainly was. I think that was part of what the chronic illness was about. This shedding process as well. And so deep healing was required in order to step into my next level. Does the healing stop? No, we're not perfect. We're always in that healing. We're always healing ourselves. And I'd say I've entered into a next level zone of being as a result of the sacred blueprint. And I do not get sick like I used to. I do not get depleted like I used to, because I'm just not working as much. I am spending time at my favorite spa. I am getting amazing massages. I'm spending plenty of time outdoors in nature. I am doing the laundry and hanging it out on the laundry line in the middle of the day in the sunshine. I get to open the door for my son when he comes home from school. I get to be a mother. I get to eat nourishing food, and sometimes not nourishing food if I don't feel like eating nourishing food, right? What I'm saying is that I've crafted, thanks to the sacred blueprint, a lifestyle that really suits my unique energetics and honors my feminine. And this is what I want to be talking about today. I'm not going to make this a long recording. This series is really a mini series, inviting you to enter into the world of the sacred blueprint, giving you a taste of what's possible with the sacred blueprint. Before I dive into the divine feminine, I want to say that in the earlier videos, the earlier sessions of this series, I gave you a glimpse into the 4 phases of the sacred blueprint journey. And the sacred blueprint journey is a mentorship journey. It is a true co-creation with your client. It is very different than conventional architecture. You end up with incredible, stunning blueprints by the end, and I give you the tools and the guidance to design amazing floor plans and 3D renderings and hand sketches that really emanate with life force and healing frequencies and are totally aligned with the spirit of place, energetics of place, and aligned with your client's souls. But the whole process is very different than conventional architecture, and I guide you through exactly what that process is about in the earlier videos. So I recommend, if you're watching this for the first time, go back to part 1 of this series and watch the videos in order. So the divine feminine, our feminine, it exists within men, the feminine, and it exists within women. It does not matter what gender you are. The feminine and the masculine principles exist within all of us. That is, without those, life would not exist. Physical matter would not exist. Energetics would not exist. I mean, the energetics have masculine and feminine qualities. The energetics that form physical matter, okay? And it's important as spiritual architects that we are really in tune with these 2 forces. For many, many years, the world has been dominated by the masculine forces, and the masculine that isn't in touch with his feminine. And this has resulted in over-domination, power over structures imposing themselves onto Mother Earth. This has resulted in pollution, in toxicity, in destruction, in radiation. We could just keep on going. It's resulted in depression, in anxiety, in lost soulness. I'm going to create a new word. Lost soulness. It has created great confusion amongst humanity. And it has created chronic illnesses within humanity. And it's caused us to become slaves to a system that depends upon our survival consciousness, depends upon our addictions, depends upon our confusion. Depends upon our distraction. Social media. Depends upon our fear and feeds off of it. I could always feel this, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I couldn't bring words to it. I think that was also part of why I was going through the unfulfillment. I had experienced deep unfulfillment working in conventional architecture and experiencing these chronic illnesses. I'm super sensitive. I was super sensitive to spaces. I still am, but I know how to protect myself. I know how to stay grounded and rooted in my truth, in my own being. And I didn't know that my sensitivities were actually my superpower. And this is what I want to tell you today. You have sensitivities. You have the capacity to read subtle realms. You have the capacity to vision and transmit blueprints, download blueprints from the cosmos, from Mother Earth, from the nature spirits. You have these gifts. And when they are placed in the right location in your sacred temple, if you know what I mean by that, if you are utilizing them well and not hiding them, pinching them, constricting them, and if you are bringing them into the act of creation, the act of creating blueprints, homes, gardens, communities, temples for your clients, you are utilizing them for good work. Work that's going to support the healing of this planet. But when you try to compartmentalize them and place them, only use them in certain places, you have no choice. Of course, you always have a choice, but what I'm saying is on a great collective level, we have no choice but to evolve, and we are evolving. But those of us who choose to be conscious of it will have a much more easeful, joyful time in this process of awakening. And you will also be a sought-after leader when you bridge your intuitive gifts with architecture. Openly. No more hidden magic. That's for ancient times. No more hidden magic that nobody understands. That's for ancient times. Now is the time to weave the world of spirit in an awake, conscious manner. It doesn't mean that sometimes you can't experience entering into a deep meditation and maybe there's a certain mystery about it, and that I get into that more in my teachings of the Sacred Blueprint in the certification program. But it's now time to stop hiding. It's time to unleash your intuitive powers, and it's time to share the sacred keys and codes that you have been keeping safe for so long, for eons and eons of time. The world needs you. The world needs your intuitive gifts. And so now it's about positioning yourself as an expert in this field. There are a gazillion of people now on this planet awakening who are building new communities, eco resorts, healing centers. The wellness industry is booming. And these people are actively looking for architects who can work with the energetics of place rather than, and of course, working with teams are amazing. We want to work with teams. Co-creation is great. But when I say rather than, I mean, rather than finding a separate dowser, a separate feng shui master, a separate this, a separate that, a separate this, you can actually bring all of your gifts into one bundle, into one amazing program that leverages those gifts and delivers an incredible blueprint. And, it's one thing to be skilled in dowsing for land energy, ley lines, water lines, geopathic stress. One thing to be a feng shui expert. It's one thing to do biogeometry. But if you can't really translate all of that information into a stunning project, like an incredibly well-designed building. So you are someone who has those skills. You are an architect, a landscape architect, an interior architect who loves building beauty. You already have a natural gift for this. So coupled with your intuitive gifts, you are set up for success. So I talk about this more, about exactly how you can do it in my free webinar, Unlock Your Spirit Architect Mastery. I think it's like 102 minutes. So it's a long webinar with a lot of valuable content that will support you to cross the threshold from the old consulting model to the new and stop depleting yourself. Stop over-pleasing, stop over-designing, overworking, and step into a new paradigm where you have a lot of time to play in nature, to be a mother, if some of you are mothers, to nourish your soul, your body, and to attract divine match clients and make even more money than you were in the old consulting world. So I invite you to sign up for the free webinar to find out more. In the webinar as well, I guide the women through a very beautiful, deep, powerful visioning journey where they discover their sacred temple and they discover their spirit guide. And this is where they receive the keys to their intuitive gifts and the key to unlock their spirit architect mastery. I also share the Sacred Blueprint Sweet Spot Profit Map. And this is a profit map that really that shows you some of the numbers about what's possible. How many hours you don't have to work per week, and how much income you can generate through the Sacred Blueprint system. So the key, women, really is to tap your feminine. Of course, your masculine is part of the picture as well. And I'm really good with structure, women. And I've helped many of my women architect clients create the structure. So I'm talking more about the masculine energy now. Create the structure and the system that's going to help them to take their business to the next level and succeed in their vision and mission. But we cannot do it without making space and room for our divine feminine to sing, to dance, to flow, to inform, to give counsel. So I invite you in this moment to feel in your body what you're feeling as I speak with you, as I share this transmission with you. What do you feel? Where have you been holding back your feminine? Where have you been repressing her? She's been repressed for a long time. She's been misnamed. That's what's coming through right now. She's been misnamed. She hasn't been represented in society for a long time, in architecture for a long time. What would you change in architecture education, in the architecture office, if you knew that, the divine feminine was the key to greater wealth, greater health, greater success, and profound healing for this planet? And how does she want to show up now in this day and age? What's possible? What are the blueprints that are possible with the force of the feminine? For some of you, you may be in a process of connecting with your feminine. You feel her already. You feel the call of Mother Earth within you and within the land. A lot of you are likely drawn to biophilic architecture, regenerative architecture, biomimetic architecture, bioresonance. There's all different kinds of words. I'm not up with all the trends, to be honest. Green architecture, ecological architecture, circular design, passive heating and cooling, sustainability, right? Because it's important. It's important to bring the balance back and to restore the depletion of Mother Earth. It's a parallel story, women. Your own story is parallel with the story of Mother Earth. We are not separate from each other. And so we absolutely need all those tools that are going to help remedy our communities, our cities. Remedy and heal, deeply heal and transform. But there are still a lot of those spaces and places that are designed in the name of biophilia or biomimicry or blah or this are still missing the deeper impulses. And those are the spiritual impulses and the practice of connecting deeply with the living being of Mother Earth. You are called into the sacred blueprint universe because you are a deep woman as well. You are seasoned in your spiritual and personal growth, and you are ready to step into your next level by bridging spirit with form. You have memories of maybe building temples in your past lives if you connect with that perspective. Or maybe you connect deeply with the ancestors of your culture, of your communities. And you feel that you have a sacred duty to honor the ancestors. Some of you may feel like you're so you're so ahead of your time, and that can feel really frustrating and lonely. Like that you feel like you come from the future, and you're just seeing all these advanced technologies that we can apply to architecture. And I know that can feel really frustrating. Trust me. And you can feel almost like in a prison in this material world. And that you know that that buildings can be so much more. I want you to use these visions that you're receiving, these intuitions, these impulses that are birthing through you, to help build the new world. And you don't have to do it alone. You do not have to do it alone. The new earth is about co-creation. So before I close today's session, make sure you sign up for my free webinar, the Unlock Your Spirit Architect Mastery. And the link is down below. You'll get immediate access to the full recording. And I recommend that before you watch the recording, you set aside quiet time. No distractions from family members, children. Lock the door. Block out a full morning in your schedule. I mean, it's about 100 minutes, the session, but you may want to take some breaks, right, in between, and make sure that you're not rushing to the next thing, right, on your schedule. I don't want it to be too jarring for you, because we go deep, and I want to make sure that you optimize your time and receive all of the nuggets of wisdom and tools that you can apply immediately. The next thing I want to invite you to is the Sacred Blueprint Certification Program. We begin June 22nd, 2026, and this is a sacred container that I am lovingly curating for women architects, landscape architects, and interior architects who are ready to birth the sanctuaries of our new earth by bridging spirit with form, and you are ready to build a successful business doing it without the depletion, without the stress and grind of conventional practice. It's a movement, and we are going to be building the blueprints of our new earth together. We already are. And it's an international movement, and I see all the blueprints that we will co-create together as a result of this certification program are beacons of light. They will be beacons of light all around the world, and they will all be interconnected. And it's about building profound beauty that helps heal your clients and helps heal you, the architect, and the planet. So if you are interested, I have 2 walkthrough videos that I want you to sign up for. These walkthrough videos walk you through the program outline of the Sacred Blueprint Certification Program, as well as the application form. We have a special discount on until May 31st, 2026. So I highly recommend you apply if you are feeling the nudges and you know this is what you are meant to be doing. And I tell you, women, it is worth the bold leap. Okay, some of you may be still working in conventional practice. Maybe some of you are running a business and you're scared that you're going to lose old clients and you don't know how to make the transition. And up-level your profile and your brand. The more you repress your sacred feminine, your divine feminine, the more it's going to show up in your body, in your relationships, in your designs. And you know that the universe is already pointing you in the direction of fully stepping into your priestess architect. This is an archetype that we work with in the sacred blueprint, and she is a sacred guide for us all. And I know that you are ready to take the next step. And so you're not alone. That's what I want to tell you. And the world needs you. So make sure you sign up for my free webinar, as well as the program and application details for the Sacred Blueprint certification program. All right, it was a delight to serve you during this mini series of the Sacred Blueprint. You can always add a comment, hit the subscribe button if you want to receive more content and notifications from me and the Sacred Blueprint movement. For now, goodbye, and I can't wait to co-create the new earth with you. All right, bye.